Well, I'm getting ready to start the second series in the slotless racing with the Ideal TCR cars. I got a new old stock jam car, and I have these are going to be my parts cars. Um, this guy just came with a couple other cars I bought, but it's missing a lot, but I can still at least take it apart and get an idea of what the chassis is like on it. And then this one, he's kind of cracked, and it's a really cool body style. But yeah, he's kind of broken, so that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna take him apart and kind of learn about these guys. They look like they're a totally different animal, obviously, than the last cars I was working on, which were the Power Passers. And it's really cool to look at the evolution of what the industry was doing, trying to make something new out of slot car racing with the lane changing. I like to believe that they had their hearts in it. Obviously, they want to sell toys and all that, but boy, they put these cars through so many different evolutions, and you had Lionel doing it, and then Ideal obviously doing it too, and then Tyco. So it's cool. I'm going to take it apart a little bit and maybe, see what it looks like inside. Just a short video to get started on this. All right, well, I got them apart, and of course, you guys that have been working with these, you already know all this stuff, and I've read about this where guys have talked about when you let off how these guys coast, and it's pretty amazing how they freely spin. And I haven't gotten into the axles very much, but it's crazy. If you look, it's independent. So that's interesting to me. And it's also, I thought this was really interesting too. I had these when I was a kid. I don't remember anything about them. That they don't have rubber tires. They have these, which probably lends itself pretty good to, because when they switch lanes, the whole idea is the wheels turn and it turns them towards that lane. So that's kind of interesting too. And I'm gonna take a guess at this because of the independent axle, that I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see there's a gear in there on that side. So there's a gear coming off the motor, and then there's a gear right there, a little one, and then there's a red gear on the top, and there's another gear over there. And I'm gonna assume that this is when they started getting into the reversing of the motor. I'm just totally guessing because I haven't I did put a battery on this guy and he doesn't want to do anything, so I have some other cars, but I just thought I'd start with these. So I'm assuming that when you apply the power to whichever lane you choose, it's going to push this gear back and power this wheel, and then when you switch lanes, it's going to possibly reverse the motor, and then push this gear into this gear on the rear end on this side and switch lanes. Could be totally wrong. I won't know till I put a battery on it and test these. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. And they're metal. At least they appear to be metal. So wow. I don't know. Hopefully some of these old cars I bought, the gears will still have enough teeth on them. They look like they do, but I guess I won't know that, right? Till I fire it up. All right, we'll see. Wish me luck.